Hi everybody, welcome to our first edition of HR Coffee Diaries. I'm Rehan Jamil.
And I'm Gary Williams.
Morning Gary.
Morning Rehan.
Thank you for inviting me to Shea Gary Williams.
It's my pleasure. I'm glad you were able to make it today.
Thank you very much, yeah. So what's this all about, Gary?
Well, basically it's about coffee and it's about HR.
Okay.
Because I love coffee and I think both of us are passionate about HR and business.
I think it's a perfect combination.
So what I thought we would do is obviously this is the first episode of HR Coffee Diaries. So what I thought over the next few episodes I'll introduce you to a bean of my choice.
Excellent idea.
And so I think what we'd start with today is I've got one called Hot Lava Java. Now I'm going to cover the label up, but other brands are available, but this is called Hot Lava Java and it's a roast 11. So that's the equivalent on your loudspeakers turning up to number 11. So it describes it as rugged and smoky with a black pepper taste.
Okay.
So I've just, done this a couple of shots, so I thought we could try and you tell me what you think.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think that definitely lives up to expectations.
Yes.
And the branding is spot on.
It is. I don't think I could drink too many of those, to be fair. I think I'd be...
Yeah, I mean, they're espresso-sized receptacles.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's an espresso. And I think sometimes coffee like this needs to be savoured in small amounts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what do you reckon, about 5 a day, or one of you 5 a day?
One of my 5 a day, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't tend to drink a huge amount of coffee, but I think I'd probably drink more of it if it was of this size.
Yeah.
And had different varieties.
Right.
I think people expect a lot more these days, don't they, from
yeah, I think so.
the coffees.
I do think so. So I think I think we'll give that, I don't know, marks out of 10.
I'd give it an 8.
An 8. I think it's living up to its name.
Yeah.
So folks, give that one a try. I'm not telling you where you get it from or what make it is, but Hot Lava Java.
Google it.
Google it.
So the second bit is all about HR, isn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose really HR is a little bit like coffee, isn't it? You can't live without coffee. Well, I can't, and you can't really function as an organisation without HR. But then again, if you have too much coffee, what happens? You're shaking all over the place, and I don't know. Am I being naughty in saying that if you have a bit too much HR, then same effect?
You can't live with it, and you can't live without it.
Exactly. But you just need to have the right balance, not too much.
Absolutely. But I mean, HR is such a wide topic.
Oh, completely.
A huge function in a lot of organisations, both large and small. And within that, there's lots and lots of different topics that people pick about. And I suppose this week, what we wanted to do was to look at mental health and general physical well-being.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was on the train yesterday, so I was sort of Googling a few things around mental health and health in general and how it actually impacts the workplace. And I just scribbled down, if I can still read my writing, I scribbled down a few things. Some findings of the Mental Health Foundation said that 70 million workdays are lost per year. I mean, that's 70 million days lost per annum through mental health related illness.
And that's just in the UK?
Yes.
That's phenomenal.
And then the cost to employers, 2.4 billion.
Yeah, it's always interesting, isn't it, how a lot of these reports put a financial cost, because obviously it's got to be looked at from an organisation's perspective, and often it is about the bottom line, but actually it's the human cost.
Yeah.
HR has the letter H in there for a reason.
Absolutely.
But it's the human cost of it, and I think if I think about my own personal experience around mental health and well-being, I mean, over the last sort of 3 years or so, had a lot going on in my life. Young family. I was studying part-time as well as holding down the job. And kind of towards the end of last year, I decided actually I think it's time for me to kind of concentrate on my own physical and mental well-being. So, you know, take a look at yourself in the mirror. Are you happy with what you see? Are you happy about how you feel? I signed up to a personal trainer, and I thought, this isn't going to last very long. Next minute, I'd strung my wife along after a month, and then after that, strung my daughter along. And you know, we've been attending, you know, PT sessions for myself for the last 6 months now, and it's made a huge difference to my general, you know, physical fitness,
energy and
energy levels, being able to sleep well at night when the kids aren't waking up. My wife and I are actually spending time together, you know, and because I work from home, I have the flexibility of being able to go to the gym for an hour, you know, at lunchtime. You know, it's just very hard to kind of pin down sometimes into real words as to how it's impacted on me. And it's just brought a different dimension to my life. And I feel now that, you know, that part of my life is actually just intertwined with everything else that goes on, you know, good and bad. So overall, I can't see myself kind of going back to the roots of not doing any form of exercise at all. We don't all have to go to the gym. We all don't have to sign up to a PT instructor. Sometimes you can just go for a walk, you know, go for a swim. We've all got, you know, maybe a pet at home.
Exactly.
Take the dog for a walk.
Little schnauzer. So in terms of mental health, so physical well-being, physical exercise does actually have an impact, and then obviously your mental health improves, your outlook in life, and then that obviously has an impact in your day-to-day work life. I don't know, it's almost you become more creative.
Yeah, I think primarily I find that I'm a lot more focused during the day. So, for example, if I go for a session at lunchtime, come back, have a bite to eat, that sort of afternoon lull period, which is often kind of a downward hill for a lot of people, you know, in the afternoon, I tend to find I'm actually a lot more focused in terms of my work and what I need to achieve. So that's, you know, that's having some, you know, some great benefits. If I personally feel that I'm achieving what I need to achieve during the day, then, you know, that's got to be a good thing for me and my employer.
That's brilliant. I guess my story is similar in a way. I can remember seeing it back in 2008. I was going down to London with my family for my award of, you know, chartered, you know, the CIPD thingy down at the Inns of Courts, and my son took a photograph of me on the train, and I just looked a complete washout. And this is on the way down there. No energy. I was actually about 6 stone heavier than I am now. And my manager at the time, and this is, I guess this is what you call practical HR. Because basically he was an ex-Sandhurst officer, and you would follow him into battle. You definitely would. He was that sort of leader. And I can remember him sitting me down once and saying, look, you need to put your physical health and fitness first before anything else. And I took that on board. And I guess 2008, I started to do a little bit of exercise. I secretly joined the gym, and I was doing like 30 minutes walking. And then, you know, when you put the thing
on the incline.
And I was sweating like but I hadn't got any proper running shoes or anything, and I just went to the gym. And then I started the spinning class. Well, that was an absolute nightmare. The guy that was teaching us, he was so sadistic. He used to come around and whip the seat off from behind you, so you couldn't actually sit down without extreme pain. So I did that for a while, and then I decided to do a 5k run, charity thing for local hospice. And again, I've got photographs of that, and how I got round, I don't know, but I did it. I set a goal, and from that point on, I decided to start to eat healthily, to exercise regularly, and to set goals. And so I actually lost 6 stone.
That's fantastic.
And I ran my first full marathon in I think it was September 2010, and it was the Anglesey Marathon. There was me and 170 other people, so it was serious. But from that point on, I decided for every year that I lived, I would run a marathon, and so I've been doing that since my first marathon was 2010, and I've done 16 so far. So my maths is a little bit out, because as you can see, what you do, you'd say, oh, I can do 2 this year, I can do 3 this year. So this year I'm doing 2. I'm doing the one in Germany and then one in Chester. So what I'm trying to say is I started to put my physical health first, and for me it's really helped me with goal setting, creativity. You know, when you're out running, lots of things come into your mind.
Time to think. Really
and ideas, and so I've really benefited, and I can really see that has impacted me. It was quite funny, really, because I was doing a couple of years ago the Greater Manchester Marathon, and as you go around, obviously people hold up signs and so forth. And there was this young girl, she was holding the sign up, and it said, "What are you running from?" And it really struck a chord, and it got me thinking about things in my life, and am I running towards things, or am I running away from things?
Yeah.
And do you know something? I really believe now I'm running towards things. There's you know, the way that I look at work and business and HR and life in general, I'm running towards, not running away. So I'm not saying to you go out and run a marathon. Go out for a walk for half an hour. Just get a sweat on, as we say here. And I think you'll find that it will help you.
Yeah, get away from your desk and take some time out to think. So there are some of our personal experiences which I hope you've enjoyed listening to. And one of the things we'd really love is to hear from anyone that watches this video and future episodes of HR Coffee Diaries, of your own experiences, your comments, good or bad, in terms of what we've said. They're all fully appreciated. So for now, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. And from the dog as well. From little Libby, the schnauzer. See you next time.
Bye.